Do you know how happy I am? I'm this happy. I'm Sepp Blatter happy. You know, we scored too early to score too early.
Yeah.
And the second thing that was, I think, very important about the goal that hasn't been talked about at all thus far is that no one broke an ankle celebrating it.
No one. Not a single physio. Not a single physio broke his ankle celebrating
Which makes
that
me
goal.
think maybe we do have a Grand Warlock after all, Dave.
Yeah.
If you're listening, Grand Warlock, thank you for blessing our boys. I don't know what happened there. We were so dominant, Dave, for that first 31 seconds.
Amazing.
We owned
Great
the game.
possession.
We owned the game.
I mean, passing in the final third in the first 30 seconds was amazing.
But then, next 89 minutes, 29 seconds, not so good.
Well, the next 81 minutes until Ghana scored, it sort of fell apart a little bit. But that's part of the problem with scoring early, Rog, is you sit back and you stop passing ball. And Ghana are a good team.
Bradley back too, you said. You noted.
Bradley came. Bradley was not playing at the top of the
Those
diamond
first 30
anymore.
seconds, he was at the top of the diamond.
Yeah, and Bradley was now playing back in the back of the diamond. The midfield lost its shape. We went into defensive shell. Fullbacks not looking quite so strong there.
Yeah.
Rog.
Yeah.
Injury. Outer doors injury. Rog. I had forgotten about outer doors injury. I suddenly went into my head, outer doors injury.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got it, and you're watching, and a lot of you are watching, by the way.
Yeah.
And thank you for joining us with our suboptimal ramblings, GFOPs. Please, someone start a Kickstarter right now for a huge tub of American horse placenta.
Oh, because that's what Diego Costa used, and he
That's
got
what
over
Robin
his
van Persie
hamstring
used.
issue.
It's doing fine. Our boys need to slap it on all over. Where do you put horse placenta? Is it or is it
No, you
or
just
is it,
slap it right on the back of the hamstring.
You do?
I think, Rog. It's a topical treatment. It's not ingestible.
It's not ingestible.
It's topical.
The horse placenta, and then Besler goes down.
Yeah.
And when Besler went down, slight panic. We were wondering tactically. I mean, they kept Besler, that poor guy. It's been his dream since he was a kid to play for America.
In Kansas.
First half, poor guy. Yeah, beautiful city. A beautiful city of Kansas. We love America. He's been dreaming of it. And then his twang, you could hear it. And then his hamstring goes.
Yeah.
Stays on the field. And you're trying to work out why are they keeping a lame defender on the field. And because Jurgen, wheels within wheels, was thinking, do I bring on Omar Gonzalez? A bit erratic. He's very erratic. Do I bring on John Brooks? Young. Possibly naive, or do I just voluntarily go down to 10 men? Take on these guys.
Jurgen was thinking, at what point do I bring on the guy who's going to go and make such a huge contribution in this game?
And he's a lovely bloke, let me tell you, John Brooks. He's a gorgeous, gorgeous guy. In Making Inside, there's a beautiful scene where he lifts up his elbows. He lifts up his elbows and he shows the camera and he goes, on this, Berlin, my city. And he's got Berlin tattooed right here. Like you will soon have Size the Day.
Size the Day, and right down the side, or maybe a tramp stamp.
In this, it's Illinois. Yeah. And then he points to a little dot in Illinois where he's got a star. He goes, that's Chicago. Yeah. That's where his dad's from. So he's got Berlin, which you could pronounce, but Illinois and Chicago. And I said to Jermaine Jones, who, by the way, had a fabulous game.
I thought he was... Carl Beckerman is always man of the match for us. Yeah. But I thought Jermaine Jones was the man.
Definitely in the top two
Brooks might have to get it for the goal, for the winner.
Top two dreadlock players on the field.
Without a doubt. Jermaine Jones had a fantastic game.
I said to Jermaine Jones, all these young German Americans getting America tattoos on them, and he just laughed. He goes, they don't really mean it. They're just trying to catch Jurgen's eye and show they feel American. Yeah. And then a month later, Jermaine Jones turns up. He's had the stars and stripes tattooed onto his own kneecap. What a game, Jermaine. You feel it.
Tim Howard also had a good game, Rog. He was busy throughout the first half. Made one of those saves that literally hit his palm so hard. It made that slap sound on television. It was magnificent.
We're talking about sounds. That was the second most magnificent sound.
Oh, the most magnificent without a doubt. The sound of the crowd. 20,000 Americans in that stadium. America. Have you ever heard a game not played in America?
Stop it, America.
Played
overseas.
Meant to hate
us. You're meant
to hate soccer.
Yeah.
You're not meant to love this sport so much. That was
amazing.
I've rarely heard any...
When that camera panned Grant Park in that great city of Illinois, one of my favourite cities in the whole world, I love, huge, obviously a huge White Sox fan, to see Grant Park filled with Americans. Yeah. It was absolutely gorgeous. Someone tweeted it's probably the most excited they've ever seen America about soccer since the DVD of Bend It Like Beckham came out in stores. Get it now while stocks last.
It was a good film. But Roger, but it wasn't only the ground. It was in the stadium. The sound of the US fans singing in that stadium.
USA.
That has not happened. Not only has that not happened for the US at a World Cup before, I've rarely heard a team from not on the continent where the World Cup is playing with that many fans singing that loudly and getting that far behind their team.
Segue. When you qualified for the World Cup in 1990, 1980, can you take me back to Trinidad and Tobago in 1989?
Fuji cow, as someone has pointed out. Mount Fuji and a cow. Fuji cow.
We're back. 1989. The US have not been in the World Cup 9 years. They're trying to qualify in 1990. They win 1-0 on a Paul Caligari wonder goal. And then the cameras pan to the US fans. Listen to me, there were 11 of you there that day. Trinidad and Tobago, not so far. You just couldn't be bothered. You couldn't be bothered.
Nice holiday destination.
You'd not been in the World Cup for 49 years, and not one of you really. There were 11 people. 9 of whom I think were married to actual players and had no choice but to be there. But watching tonight, watching Grant Park in Chicago, a city which I love, watching the US American Outlaws, it brought tears to my eye.
Roger got very emotional.
I can't believe it's America, the country that I love, falling in love with. It's like introducing two great friends you've never met before. America meets soccer. I think you two will really get on. But then you tell me for 20 years, I don't really
It's not a thing. It's not a thing. It's not a thing. Ratings tomorrow, by the way, which are going to be enormous. Just be prepared for the soccer haters to compare this unfavourably to.
But it doesn't matter. Soccer haters, you can't stop it. Even if we win the World Cup, you cannot do better than what we did tonight, which is give America a Sports Centre moment. That's all we wanted out of this World Cup.
Well, we got the Sports Centre moment. Josie Altidore pulling up, frankly, would have been a Sports Centre moment. But definitely the Dempsey moment was pretty. That was the Sports Centre moment that we really wanted.
That was we got 2 Sports Centre moments. So I'm never going to have to see that Landon Donovan Algeria goal again whenever they talk about US soccer. We got 2 Sports Centre moments. We'll take them. We need them. But I couldn't believe, genuinely, USA, Grant Park, Chicago. I mean, that was the country that I love, getting on with the game that I love. And here's one of a great American.
It's Macca, great American.
Come
on, Macca. What is it? What do you feel? How do you feel?
How do I feel? What by walking in here and getting
into our boot room.
Ambushed by you two?
You see, that's the beauty. We're about to replay.
It's classy. It's classy. You only have the best stuff in this room cupboard, don't you?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Macca, can you believe how American that
was? So American, isn't it, to come to be leading, get equalised, and then score a late winner.
It is.
Nobody else does it.
No, even when other teams do it,
they're the
only
American team in the world ever to have done this type of American thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, a proud American, Steve Manaman. Come on in anytime. Thank you, Steve.
Thanks. Macca brings the tweets. I said Macca brings the tweets.
Smells of Dracar Noir in here too now, Dave.
My God,
very,
it smells
very
good.
Go on, read a couple out.
Okay,
I'm going to dry up my tears.
Here they go. Men in Blazers. I knew it. Ghana equalised too early. That was from Glenn Thomas. Genius. From Ryan Hanrahan. Naming my kid John Brooks. Don't even care if she hates it. That was from, it's a great one. From Will Whitmore. Post-game, I'm off to get Illinois and Berlin tattoos.
Oh, do it, America.
Really
Send us photos.
From MGB, that's Michael G. Bianco, Men in Blazers, 1 down, 6 to go. That's the way we're feeling.
I love the way
From
that
Ian Giggle, Men in Blazers, song and poems will be written about the Battle of Natal. Texts will be written and studied on how the defence held, somehow.
Well, that's so true, Davo, because there was a time when it stopped feeling like a game of football.
Yeah.
And it started to feel very eerily to me like the 101st Airborne Division in the Battle of the Bulge. They held out, I think, for 7 days before Patton... nuts was the great quote the general said when the Germans said surrender. It was very Battle of the Bulge-esque. The honest truth was they could not hold on to the ball, the US. Just literally, even when they got it, they couldn't think of what to do with it. Tired legs, hammy. The Ghanaians, there was a point, I don't mean to burst your bubble, America, but honestly, there was a point when I turned around to Davo and said, against a better team, it could have been 3 or 4-1.
Look, here's one thing. We'll say this right now. We accept that was an ugly win. But I believe that that's just maturing as a soccer nation. I don't believe that America
Chelsea fans
has had...
speaking about ugly wins.
I like ugly wins. America, as a soccer nation, has not, I believe, in a World Cup game, had an ugly win. They've had unfortunate losses. They've had unfortunate draws. They have not had an ugly win, where they deserved to lose.
I think when they beat Austro-Hungary in the 1930 World Cup, it was fairly
Do you know what? I haven't
rotten.
seen all the tape of the 1930
I don't like working with people
World
like
Cup.
this who do not break down game film to the extent they should be breaking down game film. At Kevin Vincent,
well, I told you my
STL
George Michael sports
said,
machine's broken.
At Men in Blazers, is this what it feels like to be British? Always a looming equaliser. That's what it felt like. It felt like the Ghanaians were coming in waves. They had their chances. At D-Sarch tweeted us and said, at Men in Blazers, I believe that we can hold. I believe that we can hold. But we couldn't. A moment of improv, a moment of quality. Nobody could stop it. He froze Tim Howard, who was excellent tonight.
Well, Guyan, just the back heel from Guyan and then the finish by AU. The whole goal was class. It was a great, great goal.
And that was it. You felt like you've seen this movie before. And it's a movie that doesn't end well, David.
And yet, Ghana give away a really cheap corner. I mean, it was a really cheap corner.
And by the way, when they gave away the cheap corner, the room next door exploded with noise. So, one of two things. Either someone's brought around some empanadas, because they seem to really like empanadas.
Oh, I thought it was the second Messiah. That's what I thought had happened, because it was a really big reaction.
It could have been. Or else Bob Lee had just comped them with one of his happy horse pills, sent it into the room, the quality guy he is. But no, in came the corner, and John Brooks, this beautiful, beautiful boy from Berlin,
I don't know if you can see this, because I've actually demonstrated it back here, Rog.
Yeah, can you break it down for us? Yeah. We spent some money.
You got to lean over to the left. So, lean over to your left, Rog. So, the Sabutio Stadium is up. And you'll see, this is the Ghanaian defence packed down. The American forwards midfield, everybody was up. They formed a flying wedge. And it seemed to me, Rog, as though John Brooks climbed up above superhuman high and climbed up here. We have him on a Scotch tape container here to simulate how high he climbed and nodded the ball in. He was on the 4th floor in the elevator, Rog, when he got there. It was pretty amazing.
Unbelievable work. Do you know who I love today? Love this man.
You do love that man.
I do love that man. I thought he was absolutely unbelievable. Not only did he play really well, but there were huge, huge, huge periods of the game when he just decided to divert the attention of the Ghanaians by letting them kick lumps out of him. I think somewhere in the Beckerman family, they've done something terrible to the nation of Ghana, because they just seem to want to stop scoring for a while and just batter the heck out of old
They
Kyle.
Kicked him to bits. I wouldn't like to see his legs coming off that field.
Beckerman is all I'll tell you. You deserve that.
No, he had a good thing. Just my favourite Beckerman moment, though, was his eyes closed, just listening to the national anthem. That's a class move when you don't even try to sing it.
When you don't know the words, it's a very good
I think he knows the words. He just
them.
wanted to listen. He just wanted to listen with his eyes closed.
Can you remember when you felt that remarkable, Davey? Could it be candid? We've kind of lauded the Algeria goal. We've kind of lauded it, kind of crept us in things. This was a winner. This was a winner. This is a remarkable winner.
Well, here's the thing.
Winner,
this is
David.
what we've said for a long time, Rog.
Yeah.
We've had 3 things about the US team.
Yeah.
Who is going to be... How are we going to finally put together a central defence? Who are going to be the stars who have come up to go and replace Dempsey and Donovan and Bradley as stars on this team? And who's going to be the goal scorer? John Brooks, in one header, answered all 3 of those questions, which is the amazing thing. He answered every single one of those questions in one moment. That young man. We have a new American superstar athlete. That is more than a sports centre moment, Rog. That is going to be etched into the memory and consciousness of every single person who was watching that on television tonight. It was amazing. Really amazing.
John Brooks, we love you. Aaron Johansson, a remarkable bloke, did a hell of a shift. Great movement, always kept, I think, the Ghanaian defence concerned. Tim Howard, you were remarkable. Not just your saves, I want to say this, not just your saves. The way you organised that back four.
Oh, and I love some good organisation.
So little time to gel. Very little time to gel together. The centre-backs normally have a partnership. These 2 centre-backs don't really have much of a partnership. Tim Howard sweated through his jersey, just shouting. Shouting. He says, I'm a yeller. He loves doing the yelling. And he almost elevated the play of 4 pieces that don't really fit together. Jermaine Jones, maligned. I'd say often despised by people who follow American soccer. They see him as a Klinsmann favourite. They don't understand what he did.
But he played really well in those friendlies, scored that amazing goal, and he was really, I thought, he was man of the match. Despite the Brooks goal, despite Howard's saves, despite we loving Beckham, I thought it was the man of the match. And it's amazing, Rog.
Okay.
The US won that game.
How was he man of the match?
The US won that game.
How was he man of the match? Kyle Beckham, you were man of the match in incredibly difficult hair conditions.
Yeah, that's very true. But, Rog, who would have thought, who could have predicted that the US men's national team would win that game?
Yeah.
And Michael Bradley did not have such a strong game. That is encouraging, though. That is great.
Yes.
Michael Bradley will not have a game like that next game. He will play much better. The US have to possess the ball more, I think we have to say, in order to get a result. They need one more result. I would just say 1 draw, 1 point.
6 more results.
I think they need, well, let's just deal with the group stage and deal with your US citizenship first, Rog. One more result, a point from either of these next 2 games, and I believe with the result today between Germany and Portugal, the US will go through.
Can we just say 2 quick things? To summate, America looked at Ghana in the eye and said, there's only one God, and his name is death.
Yeah.
And there is only one thing we say to death today.
Oh, not today.
Yeah.
And not in the face.
Not today,
Not
death.
today and not in the face.
The second thing, I'd say, going into this game, we talked a lot, Dave, about how good are this American team? And what did we say? We said, we don't know.
And what about after this game?
We still don't know. We
have no idea how good this American team are.
We do not know. I always feel cheated. We're meant to know. We're meant to know by now, David.
By the way, if
idea.
we can win when we get outplayed, although I hesitate to say that because football, as I've said often on the pod, it's about scoring more times than your opponents and conceding less times. And they did that, and therefore they won. Ergo, they won the game. And so how can we say they were outplayed when they did the thing that is the point of the game? It's not stringing passes together.
I'm nodding,
it's to stick the ball in the back of the net and to not have it in the back of your net.
Yeah.
That's because you're an Everton fan and you take moral victories from good performances. I can tell you as a Chelsea fan, you want to win things. You win the match, you won, you scored, they didn't. Blah.
We still don't know how good you are because, honestly, you didn't win this game with football.
No.
You didn't really win it with athleticism because there was a lot of pulling up.
Yeah.
Like me, really, if I started to try and play 90 minutes of football right now.
Suggestions that potentially Klinsmann worked this team too hard in training.
He worked them quite hard. And I kept saying to him in an interview, are you worried that the team will peak before the World Cup? He'd be like, I promise you, no. He always laughed at that as if I told him a really good joke.
Yeah.
I used to know a lot of good jokes when I was a kid. Everyone knows good jokes when they're kids. Somehow when we get old, we don't tell jokes anymore. I wasn't telling a joke, but he'd always treat it like it was a joke. It's going to be interesting. I mean, it's a combination of the heat, I think, Davo, but also you see that Arsenal, a lot of problems last season. United had a lot of problems this season. Someone's calling you, Davo. You may want to take that call. Might be Jurgen. But Arsenal had a lot of medical conditioning problems and a lot of people finger-pointed at the way they were conditioning their players. United had it this season. Who was it, David?
It was Hollywood agent Babette Perry.
We'll call you back in a minute.
Yeah.
He's doing something slightly less important than speaking to you, but far more satisfying. So we don't know how good you are. We know how tenacious you are. That's what we learned today. I have to tell you, it's an amazing feat for any team to come back after sitting back for 80-plus minutes, to concede a goal, a fine goal, and then play a team that were roaring with speed, with pace, with youth, with confidence, and to just go up the other end and say, to death, not today. That's an amazing feat. That's a tenacious feat.
Yeah.
So that's what we take from this game, but we still do not know how good, and I'm a bit fearful. Well, let's just enjoy this victory while we can. Let's sweat-soaked, beer-soaked America.
Huge
let's
win.
Celebrate that.
It's a huge win.
Let's say something nice to Ghana. Hand clap your jerseys. Hand clap your jerseys. No, not so much. Oh, I thought they were very Paul Simon Graceland.
It's just the neck shape.
Yeah.
It's just.
I've got to say, Puma made them, didn't they?
I don't know who made it.
I think it was Puma. I think they've got nipple so far. They've got nipple with Uruguay. They've nippled it up with Ivory Coast. I think they were trying to do something different. Say no. They looked nipples in the face and said, not today. They came out and they did something a little bit different. I like it. And if you're watching Puma, send me one. Make sure it's really tight because I'm very slim.
Yeah.
I think it'll look really good. I think it'll be great. Anyway, that's it. Hand clap your jerseys. Davo, not so much.
I'm not so much. Look, Ghana, I think, looked good passing the ball around. They looked strong.
Yeah.
I think Ghana on another day will potentially score goals. I think the great thing is that you could
Not
conceive
against the US, mate.
But I think you could conceive of Ghana taking some points off Germany and or Portugal, which is, I think, a very, very good thing. I would say that based on the way the results went today, this was a fantastic day for the United States of America, Rog.
You do? I thought it was an amazing day.
Do you want to talk about the earlier game?
What I want to talk about is how good his dreads are.
Yeah.
They're Tracy Chapman good.
Yeah, they've got longer.
They are.
Yeah.
They're 2 Chainz good.
Yeah, they're not tight.
They're not quite as good as Crystal Bauer socks is. You're getting there, Carl. Don't worry, you'll soon be past Crystal
earlier,
Bauer socks.
Rog, let's go.
Yeah.
Earlier, Germany 4. Fear.
The battle for second in Group G. Who will get that second place behind the US?
Exactly. Portugal 0. Oh, my word. Can we just say something about Pepe? What on earth was he? Not that I think that it's actually changed the result of the game. I think it was 2-0 at the point that Pepe was sent off. But the insanity of Pepe.
Yeah. At P. Keys tweeted us, he said, Pepe's not a hothead. He's just a chronically misunderstood close stalker.
I must say, it was not actually an enormous headbutt. I mean, my mum, frankly, my mum has frankly headbutted me harder than that.
Football headbutt.
Out of love.
There's a lot of things happen in
She's
football
86.
that don't happen in real life. So there's like the football when 2 players clash and they do.
Oh, we're going to get carded.
They try and tempt the other one to headbutt.
Wait a minute, it's Paul Carr. 1 second.
Paul
Carr blows your mind instead of Paul Carr blows your mind. Said Paul Carr blows your mind. I said Paul Carr blows your mind. Blows your mind feature in which Paul Carr, ESPN's huge researcher, comes in.
A robot with no human emotions.
And I give him my headset while I go out and get something I forgot.
I forgot something. I'm going to give him mine.
No, you're going to go and do it.
I forgot. You're not taking that call.
Okay, Paul Carr is going to. I was going to take the call.
No,
Paul Carr is going to blow our mind. Okay, give me your headset.
Yeah, I'm going to give my headset.
Well, no, your scarf is in the way.
I'm going to take this off.
Okay, here we go. This is suboptimal. Okay, here we go. Paul Carr, get in here and blow our mind. Okay, Paul, so obviously that was a very, very fast goal.
Rog has a large head.
Rod head. in every single way. So obviously it was a very fast goal. Not the fastest goal of all time.
Correct.
In the World Cup, but the fastest goal, I would dare say, for the US men's national team.
Yes, fastest was John O'Brien 4 minutes in 2002.
Yeah. Any other statistics in this game that are going to blow our mind?
So, coming into this game,
the
U.S. had played 29 World Cup games and never gotten a goal from a substitute.
Whoa!
That was the most games without a goal by a sub of any country in World Cup history.
29. Paul Carr just blew our mind. 20 games the U.S. have played in the World Cup going back to 1844.
Yes.
And they have never scored a goal, but never has a substitute a goal before.
Correct.
Until Brooksy steps up on the Scotch tape and heads it in right over. Brooksy. We dropped him. He doesn't care. He's drunk so much at this point. He's fine. Brooksy, American hero. Brooksy. Okay, Paul Carr just blew our mind. Thanks, Paul Carr.
It's been real.
Every irregular feature we call Paul Carr blows your mind instead of Paul Carr blows your mind. I love that. Okay, great. Thanks, Paul Carr. Great work.
You're
being. It's like you're in the roving room.
I am in the roving room.
Paul
Carr, thanks for blowing our mind. Can I just tell you what?
Yeah.
Do you know how great John Brooks is now?
Yeah. How great is he?
He's this great.
He's Lallis great. He's Lallis great. Look, he is Lallis great. Look how great Lallis looks. Look at Lallis.
Lallis flying. See, look,
I'm worried about the bump on his head, though. That's a terrible thing. That seemed to.
Medical science can remove. That's Lallis.
Got to go to the clinic that Wanda went to for his rash.
That's Lallis doing a Robin Van Persie impression.
Yes, that is.
Do you like that?
Can he stick the land? I couldn't see it.
I have to tell you, toy makers of America, stop watching our show. I know you're all watching our show. Get those into production now. The kids want them.
Do you know
what?
Put that one on the
screen
over there.
That is how big Brooks was tonight. He was Lallas big.
Yeah.
He was Lallas big. I brought my Lallas talisman. I've got my lucky socks on, which I'm going to show you. This is why America. I had these on.
And your tie, in which
they've
never
lost.
They've never lost in that
tie. I have my lucky socks on whenever I wear them. I try not to wear them that much. I brought them in Siena from a very generational sock maker. They're very, very hard to find. And I know each time I wear them, I'm using up their power, and I don't want to get a hole in the back. Wear them. I didn't wear them for the England game, just to be candid. So that's why they won. Combination of John Brooks being Lalas-like, my socks.
Yeah.
I think the fact at half-time I changed the hat around from dominate to courage probably helped the lads.
Can I just make a point, Rod?
Go on,
I hadn't realised till now.
Yeah.
Okay, this is my... Okay, this is...
Yeah.
Do you want to see my lucky socks?
What?
Davo went completely sockless today.
Commando.
I went commando on the sock front. I went commando on the sock front. From now on, whenever the US men's national team play, I'm going sockless. Could be where the size the day tat is going to go, Rog, on the ankle.
Do the ankle. I hate the ankle tat.
Oh,
keep it classy and get
but
a
not if I had a
stamp.
size the day. You'd like it. You'd like it.
So going back to the Portuguese-German game, I've got to tell you, I watched that game with a lump in my throat because I was trying to persuade myself over the first kind of 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes.
Yeah.
As an fan, we've got these. It's okay. We got these. German midfield dominated.
Yeah.
They scored.
Yeah.
Hummels with a hammer strike. Is that how you say it? The hammer strike.
The hammer strike.
Which is something that comes when you play so many big guys at the back. It's going to be very interesting for this US thing. They do play Germany.
It was almost Brooks-like, his goal, Rog.
It was Brooks-like. It was like Brooks-light. Brooks didn't want to play for Germany, did he?
No.
Didn't want to play for them.
No, not
at all.
The
good guys.
Why?
And the Portuguese game plan just seemed to try and feed it to Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Whenever they got it. They didn't enough. He
well,
had the least touches of any player in that first
It was
half.
either get it to Ronaldo or get shouted at by Ronaldo. It seems to be the entire game plan.
My assistant loves Pepe.
Oh, we love Dana.
She says that Pepe looks like, this doesn't mean a lot to me because I don't even know who they are. She says he looks like one of the members of Menudo and gone on to a life of petty crime in and out of prison. But I think America really love Muller's acting. Americans seem to truly appreciate that side of the game.
Wait a minute, we've got another visitor. Come on in. Come on in. It's
Carolina Calderon.
There we go. Hi, Carolina. There you go. Welcome. Welcome.
Hi, guys.
FC with Men in Blazers. Welcome to the boot room.
Good Blazers, by the way.
You like them?
You like them? Everybody loves a blazer, right, David?
This is for you.
I'm not wearing a mic. Thank you.
Can we ask you a
We've got
question?
more stuff.
What do you think of America?
Amazing, United States.
Yeah.
But they need more, be more offensive in the second time. I think.
Americans are very offensive.
Yeah.
We're a very offensive people.
I'm talking about the game.
Oh, the attacking.
Ghana, yeah.
Oh, I just thought you meant.
Where are you from?
I'm from Venezuela.
From Venezuela.
Yeah.
We love Venezuela.
Yeah.
Because they're not in the World Cup and they can't help the US men's team. Once again, I am not wearing a mic, Rod. Okay.
Unbelievable.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Cheers
you.
for Venezuela.
Bye, guys.
A regular feature.
See you.
Yeah.
Another regular feature. Thank you so much.
That was not
Thank you.
Paul Carp.
That was not
Not
Paul
Paul
Clark.
Clark,
That
in case
did.
you didn't know.
Having said that did blow my mind.
Those two are often mistaken. Paul Carp.
They're nothing like each other. They're nothing like each other. Okay, here we go. This is what you brought up from Aaron Lawler. What child wouldn't want to be named CONCACAF after that performance? I predict a baby boom of children in 9 months named CONCACAF. And from JT Chang, the at Men in Blazers production value is second to none. I think that's very, very true.
All I'll tell you, to cap it all, Hummel's injured, Germany injured, they went on and won. I'm a bit annoyed, to be candid. You want to know what I think of the Pepe sending off? I don't like it. It means he's not going to be able to get sent off when he plays the US, which is always very annoying to me.
Yeah, we've lost that opportunity for him to get sent off.
At Jody Rosen, my old mate, seemed to capture up the game for me. Read out his tweet, would you, David?
Okay, here we go. Sabermetrically speaking, because we love sabermetrics, Rog.
We do.
Iberian Peninsula off to worst World Cup start since of all peninsulae. So no peninsula has never got off to a worse start than the start that the Iberian Peninsula, Spain, Portugal, Gibraltar, of course not at this World Cup, Rog, but they got off for a very bad start.
Yep.
In fact, Gibraltar might right now be the #1 ranked team in the SPI.
If you're interested,
on the
in this stuff,
Iberian
tune into
Peninsula.
our other podcast, which is Prominent Trees and Other Assorted Islands Today, which is getting very popular.
I swear we haven't been drinking.
Can you capture this for us, David? Can you pull this together? I have to tell you, we have had such an amazing time today.
Yeah.
Not just at the game,
Yeah.
with the game, during the game, celebrating like a Viking, having absolutely destroyed the village of an opposing tribe. We love the run-up to the game. And this is my big takeaway from we've had thousands of tweets at Men in Blazers and on meninblazers.com.
Meninblazers.com, blowing up. Go there if you haven't been there. And on our Instagram, my personal passion. And ESPN FC, all the content. Not that anybody said that in the area. Everything around ESPN FC. ESPN FC.
Oh, ESPN, it's my favourite FC, ESPN FC. But what I'm trying to say is we've had thousands of tweets from you in America. Going to work today. This was a historic day. Never have there been so many American jerseys worn under work gear in cubicles, in workplaces, and just the feeling that America, truly the whole of America, not when I first came to this country, right in 1994, the first World Cup was in your country, and all of you went to it, but if you weren't at the stadium, no one really watched. I remember watching, and I've written about this, in Chicago, where I lived, Chicago, Illinois, in a bar, in Hyde Park, the Woodlawn Tap, on my own during the day with just the bus boys watching the World Cup. No one else cared. And then we've slowly watched this game together, Davo, haven't we? The profile of the English Premier League slowly rise. World Cup to World Cup, the passion moving from soccer being a cult game where you went to the people in the know went to the Italian bar down or to the tapas bar or to the Brazilian restaurant. And 2006, it really starting to well up. 2010, it feeling like a bona fide big event. Something has happened between 2010 to 2014.
Well, the development of Men in Blazers really is a brand.
Yeah, we're a tiny little ship on a massive wave, though. A Rebecca Lowe-driven wave, Davo. And what I'm saying is...
2 Robbies in the back.
There's now 2 Wobbies and, of course, the great Kay Martino. There's now, it's just such an intelligent footprint, a massive footprint of Americans who love this sport. And today we felt it all day, Davo.
Let me sum up quickly, Roger. And this is so Roger's moved, and you should be moved, and I'm moved, and we should all be moved. Not because of this stirring US performance, and in ways it was stirring, and in ways it was clinical, even though they were outplayed for large amounts of the game. What the real victory was today, the real victory was the 20,000 people in the stands. It was the people all over America watching this game, and it's the fact that I believe a soccer nation has been changed forever, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise. I can't believe we haven't got to Nigeria, Iran. I had so much to say. I'd prepared material, Rog, about Nigeria, Iran.
And if you find a 0-0 game boring, just watch one of your pictures, Jules.
And World Cup tonight later. We've got some great stuff on certainly the Portugal-Germany game from earlier. So watch that too. Find us at MC Davies, at Roger Bennett, at Men in Blazers, meninblazers.com, our Instagram, Men in Blazers, Ravens to the crap part of Rio, emails to meninblazers@gmail.com. Click all around ESPN FC, ESPN FC, and that's it. Gillette Boot Room. Here we are.
Feels like my bar mitzvah, but it's been a soccer-themed bar mitzvah, David. And you were there. You weren't at my real bar mitzvah.
I would go, but I wasn't at your real bar mitzvah. It's one of my great regrets. One of my great regrets. This is us signing off. War Pig.
Kung Fu fight in America.